Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you? It is Tuesday. Hope you had a good day off yesterday, and we're going to continue along with our devotional on resistance or resisting. And so, hopefully, again, if you haven't done this, I should say that just read through the book of Nehemiah just to kind of get a sense of the story and what Nehemiah experienced, what the people experienced, and the opposition that he faced. So we're going to take a look in chapter 4, verses 1 through 3, and verses 6 and 9. So I'm just going to summarize this first part, 1 through 3. So what happens is it says Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, and he became furious. So now these people are really, really mad that there's this rebuild going on. They are mocking them. They are calling them pathetic Jews. They said, what are these pathetic Jews doing? How are they going to restore this wall and these gates by themselves? Will they offer sacrifices? Will they ever finish it? Listen to this. Can they bring these burnt stones back to life from the mounds of rubble? And even one guy, Tobias, says if a fox jumped up on the wall, it would just collapse. Well, here's the response, right? Because Nehemiah and the people aren't just building this on their own strength, right? So the only way they're able to resist this opposition is through God. So look at this. It says, verse 6, so we rebuilt the wall until the entire wall was joined together up to half its height. So the entire wall was built. For the people, listen to this, for the people had the will to keep working. So despite the opposition, despite people questioning them, and we get questioned, right? It's like, how are you going to change, and how are you going to affect anybody's life? How can you do it? Because thinking about we don't have the strength or the power, but just like Nehemiah, we have God in us, right? Mm-hmm. So when the people had the will to keep working, it was because of God in them that they were able to resist the voices of Sanballat and Tobiah and these other men, and they continue to do the work.
Yeah. And this obviously has to do with right now and where we are now, and, rebuilding and starting to think about moving out and helping to rebuild others. But I think all of this obviously has to do with like those challenges and those temptations to kind of give up and stop. All of that is not only for just now, it's all the time. It's for when we're in our new normal. It's for, when we weren't. And so this is for all the time.
That's right.
I think we all start to feel those feelings of like, is this even worth it? Are they right? That what I'm doing is kind of pointless, or they don't see the purpose in it. And
that's right. And so here's our focus. Is what we were talking about earlier. Is we know there's work to be done, but there's always work to be done. But right now, especially, there's work to be done because people are isolated, right? And so there are lives to be rebuilt, and there is. Every one of us, we need to kind of get back to a place where we can continue to do the things we've been doing. And then thirdly, there's community to be rebuilt. Listen, we've been hearing that conversation where, some people are not really listening to Sunday night services. Why? Because they'd rather be in person and be together. We get that. We all want to be together. So there's this community that we need to rebuild, but we need to keep our eyes, as I wrote here, eyes fixed on the prize, eyes fixed on what God has for us. So let's do that. Let's resist and grow in our resistance together, no matter what anybody is saying, no matter what anybody is doing. Listen to the voice of God rather than listening to the voice of the opposition. All right. Listen, we're going to pray, and I pray that this continues to work in your heart, and we'll pick up tomorrow with our next step. You want to pray?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heavenly Father, we thank you for your word and your truth, Father, and we praise you for who you are, for your goodness, and for your faithfulness to us. And Father, I pray that you would just unite our hearts with yours, make us determined, make us just steadfast in what it is you have for us. And Father, I pray that you would give us the strength to resist all of those thoughts that want to stop us from doing what's right, from drawing closer to you, and drawing closer as a community, even in this isolation, Father. We love you in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
All right. You guys have a great, great day, and we will see you tomorrow.